Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Chelsea 2, Dinamo Zagreb 1. I should have predicted that. I knew I should have predicted that, and I went with the 2-0 and I was thinking, yeah, they're not going to score surely. But then, you know, Chelsea being Chelsea sometimes, we decide to gift things to the opponents, and we done just that at the beginning of this game, but it finishes 2-1. Chelsea win. Let's be real, it's a win. Happy days. Was it the most exciting? No. Is it going to be a performance that scares Arsenal? No. Is it going to lift the spirit a little bit? Perhaps, maybe among some individuals, although I have to say, in terms of spirit and atmosphere, at times during that game, I thought we were playing in Zagreb. I mean, can I just say, the Zagreb supporters that were in the ground, I mean, absolutely fantastic. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous in every sense of the word. They were bouncing up and down, not just for 90 minutes, but the stoppage time and the half-time break. They did not stop. I mean, and it's so funny seeing those fans literally jumping up and down and going crazy for 98 minutes or whatever. And then you look across the fence of the stewards and you see the Chelsea fans like zombies. I mean, it's hilarious. It's the most British thing ever. We're very calm, you know, drink your tea, keep calm and be happy, basically. That's it. But overall, yeah, it's the lineup itself wasn't exactly what I would have gone with. Towards the end of the second half, there were more players on the pitch that I would have happily started. A win is a win, as I've said. Does it lift the morale? Yeah, a bit, but was the performance convincing with the players that we actually chose to field in the starting 11 at the start of the game? That is where I'm a bit, because those players, many of those players are the ones that we're going to call upon for Arsenal on Sunday. And if we play in the manner that we played in today, which wasn't terrible, there wasn't enough intensity, which I kind of understand because it's Chelsea Zagreb, we're already through. So sometimes you look at it and you think there's no need to go in 100% intense. You can risk injury, you can risk all sorts, right? And we saw injuries today. I'll get to that later on. But at the same time, if we're going to take that approach, then play players who should be given a chance, I guess, right? You know, that's how I saw it. But we decided to go with a lineup of Edouard Mendy in goal. We had the back four, Azpilicueta right back, Chillwell left back, Koulibaly and Chalobah as a centre backs, which is exactly what I predicted, and I was happy when I saw that. The midfield, Jorginho and DENIS ZAKARIA, who made his debut. Lo and behold, we have finally found out who DENIS ZAKARIA is, right? And I'll get to him in a bit because I got things to say. And then we had Kai Havertz, Mason Mount and Raheem Sterling, Aubameyang. Now, whether that was a 4-2-3-1 or whether that was a 4-2-2-2, completely interchanging, difficult to tell at times because sometimes it looked like a 4-2-2-2, sometimes it looked like a 4-2-3-1. Anyway, regardless, those were the lads that started, and we started the game pretty badly. pretty badly. Ball from the right-hand side, very easy, very open. In between, well, I say in between the centre-backs. Petrovic. Is his name Petrovic? Let me try and find out this geezer's name. Who scored? Petkovic. Petkovic, my apologies, Petkovic. Bruno Petkovic was his name. All the space in the world. No one's marking him. Ball comes back across the box, yes. And defence are completely distracted. But he's literally on his own devices. On his ones. Ball comes in, yep, sweet, boom, in the net. Very, very easy. Not good at all in terms of defending. Needs to be tighter, needs to be better. And in that situation, bearing in mind you've just seen a ball come across, you should have already picked up the man. You know, whether you're going zone or whether you're going man for man, there should be awareness of someone in that position. And there wasn't. They took advantage of that within the first 6-7 minutes and they went 1-0 up. Thankfully for us, it didn't take too long before we responded. With Raheem Sterling, Aubameyang with the flick. I have to say the ball over was phenomenal. The build-up in itself was really, really good. Fair play. Jorginho, I think, with the pass straight into Aubameyang, which cuts through the entire Zagreb team. Aubameyang with the flick, and it goes to Sterling. Sterling manages to do the correct thing. And this is the thing with Raheem Sterling, because we even saw today, there were times where he's literally I don't know, 5-10 yards out from goal, and he skies it, or it goes completely wide, or he takes that extra touch. And in that goal, he demonstrated exactly what he needs to do in every single occasion that he gets. Is move the ball into a space, stay comfortable, look up, pick a spot, and just put it there. That's it. You don't need to panic. You don't need to overthink. You don't need to take an extra touch. You don't need to try and smash it. You've seen a spot, put it there. That's it. Now, if the keeper makes an outstanding save, he makes an outstanding save. But you've done what you've had to do. In that goal in itself, he done what he had to do. Hence, the speed that the ball went in. It didn't exactly go in at 100 miles an hour, did it? It trickled. But why did it go in? Because he put it in the corner, where the keeper is going to have to properly stretch for that, and that takes time. So it's a good finish, and I hope he does that more. Honestly, he should be doing that more. And there were other occasions in the second half where I'm going to come to as well, where we really should be scoring. I don't know how. We didn't. Thankfully, Zagreb suffered the same problem on a couple of occasions. Then 10 minutes later, we have a midfielder on the edge of the D that decides to take a shot, and it goes in. I mean, those words in that sentence is something I've been waiting to say for a very long time. I mean, bearing in mind we've had Gallagher score, we've had Mount score, fantastic, but especially someone who's meant to be sitting, someone who plays in the double pivot, someone in the Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic sort of position, who's able to get onto the edge of the D and shoot and score. Great. And that man is none other than DENIS ZAKARIA for, I have to say, my man of the match. My man of the match. A great first impression from good old Zach. I'm going to call him Zach because I don't know. I like it. Zach, you were class today. Class today. I mean, well, was it a 10 out of 10 performance? No, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10, right? If it was a 10 out of 10, it would have to be absolutely flawless. But overall, it was a great goal. He got into a good position, manages to slot it, put it in a very good place. Thankfully, the defender didn't exactly get a good leg onto it and it trickled in, but a goal's a goal. But apart from that, he was getting stuck in. He was in good positions. He was distributing well. He was moving forward. He was coming back in time. He was tackling. He was supporting Jorginho. And he had this extra charm, which I hope isn't going to be something that just disappears. Something that, like we used to see in Bakayoko, for example, where all of a sudden he just turned to an absolute disaster, if you remember. He had this thing where he's able to take the ball, move into space and command, whilst at the same time being able to get back and play the role as when he has to, a defensive midfielder. At times, it also allowed Jorginho to go a little bit more forward and start executing the passes that he likes to execute, right? So overall, DENIS ZAKARIA had a very, very good debut. And bearing in mind, yes, we played against Dinamo Zagreb, not the toughest opponent in the world, but Zachariah for me was class. So fair play to him, and he got a goal on his debut, and I'm very happy for him. But it does mean, Zach, you ain't going anywhere now. You've played an official game for Chelsea. As I explained in the preview yesterday, there are rules. That means that if he's played, he cannot go on loan to another club now. If the loan is terminated, he goes back to Juve and he stays at Juve for the season. So, DENIS ZAKARIA, mate, you're here to stay for the season, I think. And based on that performance, I think he deserves more football. So, DENIS ZAKARIA, fantastic. Well done, my Zach. Now, that was basically it in terms of the goals. We moved into the second half and we did have substitutions and we did have some changes. We managed to get Koulibaly off, DENIS ZAKARIA came off, Kai Havertz came off, Sterling came off, Aubameyang came off. We had Gallagher come on, Broja come on, Thiago Silva come on for Koulibaly because Koulibaly did pick up a little knock in the first half. And for the sake of his World Cup, it's a good decision for him to come off. Thiago Silva came on for a good 25 minutes. Then we had Loftus-Cheek come on for DENIS ZAKARIA, who also looked like he was sporting a little injury. And then we had Sterling come off for Pulisic towards the end, where personally I would have given Pulisic more minutes. I think Sterling playing 82 minutes was too much. I mean, we have Arsenal on Sunday. Now, unless if Sterling's not playing against Arsenal on Sunday, that's a different story, right? But the fact that I think Pulisic could have got more football here, and he didn't. Anyway, but the injuries are a bit of a concern. DENIS ZAKARIA came off, as I've said, a little bit injured. Koulibaly, little bit injured. Hopefully they don't look too serious. Hopefully they're okay. Ben Chillwell, though, my commiserations go out to him because I got a bad feeling about this. You could see that he came off and it was his hamstring, I think. right? I have to stress, I think. I don't know, it could be his knee. Who knows? Because a hamstring is a hamstring, right? He's pulled his hamstring and he's just gone straight off, and you can see he's holding his hamstring. Now, I don't know if he's maybe trying to reach to his knee. God knows. Because when he got up and the physios tried to get him to walk, he could not even put any weight on it. A hamstring has to be really bad to not walk on it, right? So, is it his knee? Maybe, because if you put pressure on your knee, it's going to kill. I'm starting to think maybe it's a really, really, really bad hamstring injury, or it's a knee. Regardless, it's a lose-lose situation. And Chillwell, who we've known had a massive injury and had to recover during the latter stage of last season, into the summer, into this season, came back, started playing, and looked heavier in terms of his agility and his play. Physically, he didn't look heavier, but in terms of his speed and his agility, he looked slower. And now he's got this. It's not good at all. It's not good at all. I reckon he's going to be out for maybe 4 or 5 weeks. Easily. So, Chilwell's World Cup is in trouble as well. England are going to suffer, because we've got no Chilwell and we've got no Reece James. And if you're looking to play with wing-backs and you ain't got them two, then you're in trouble. Simple as that. Now, who's Southgate going to go to? I don't know. But that's a story for a different day. I will leave that to the World Cup videos that will be coming on this channel closer to the World Cup. So, stay tuned for that. But, yeah, he's come off. Doesn't look good at all. Injuries galore. We'll wait and see what happens. For the subs that came on, Broja, bright enough, I would say, decent. There were times where he was making the wrong decision in terms of where he had to run, what he tried to do on the ball, lost the ball easy twice, but there's that. Gallagher sometimes makes the right run, right? Gets the fouls, especially. That's one of his strengths. He's able to win fouls in the same way that Loftus-Cheek can win fouls. But sometimes Gallagher, in terms of his final decision, his final product, right? There are some points where I'm like, what is he actually doing? Where he missed from 2 yards out or whatnot, because he didn't prepare his body to be able to actually take the shot. He got his body just in a position for his leg to be stuck out. That way he can just rebound off his leg and hope that it goes in. Like, no, you got to take the initiative. The other one was when he had a shot from like a 10-degree angle. And the goalkeeper's right there, and he had the opportunity to just square it into the box, and he didn't. He tried to go for the shot. Like, what are you doing? You are not going to score from a 10-degree angle. You're not Marco van Basten. It's not happening. You know, those little things. We can't be that naive. You know? So, yeah, there's those. And overall, I can't really say much about someone like Pulisic, for example, or even Loftus-Cheek. Not enough game time. It is what it is. But, yeah, overall, it's a win. You look at the substitutions. Ziyech didn't play. He's finished. If he didn't play this game, he's gone. He's off in January. We already know that. Some of the lads that I would have started came on. We didn't see Marco Correa. We're going to see him now because Chilwell is injured for a very long time. So Correa is definitely going to be playing left back or left wing back, not left centre back, because there's no one else that can play left back or left wing back. So there's that. And that's basically it. Does this scare Arsenal, as I've already said? No. We can't play like we played tonight against Arsenal. We need to bring a next level of intensity and speed and agility to Arsenal. If we don't, they are going to rip us. The one observation that I saw today from Dinamo Zagreb was they, in terms of their build-up, maybe 3 times out of 10, right, they would actually have a very good build-up. They've got some very good technicians on the ball in terms of the ball on their feet and the skill. They've got some ballers, right? Their build-up 3 times out of 10 will probably make it through. Sometimes they just take way too long. And that right back for Dinamo Zagreb, if I can even remember his name, was sabotaging his goalkeeper so many times to the point where he just had to clear it out for a throw every single time or just boot the ball. Really bad decision-making from him. But in terms of their left winger and their left forward, they were causing hassle. The only times where Dinamo Zagreb have room for improvement is basically, just like Chelsea sometimes, the final third. They get to the final third and all of a sudden everyone just switches off on what to do. If they had some sort of, not even just chemistry, but if they had good decision making in the final third, Dinamo Zagreb could be lethal. You know, so I do want to say that. This is the thing. We go to play Arsenal. Arsenal are going to be lethal. So with the players that we played today, yes, it wasn't 100% strong, but it was about 85% strong, right? You play like how you played today against Zagreb, we're not beating Arsenal. And I want to put it out there. We need to play quicker, more direct, and take our chances and be clinical. If we don't, I'm going to be a little bit worried for Arsenal. Arsenal probably looking at this performance today and going, yeah, lads, we'll be all right. And they will be all right because they are on form. And we cannot lose. I'm stressing this. Why? Because I hate to lose to Arsenal. At home, at the Bridge, it can't happen. It can't happen. If I'm in the dressing room on Sunday, I'm telling the lads, you are not allowed to lose today. You're not allowed. It's Arsenal and it's at the Bridge. Hell no. Hell no. Just for bragging rights, hell no. So Chelsea got to be at their best. So let's wait and see what happens. I will give you more detailed analysis on my preview for that on Saturday, so make sure you tune in for that. But overall, look, today's a win. Yes, happy days. We look forward. Is it enough for Arsenal? Let me know down below. How are you feeling after today in terms of the performance, the goals? DENIS ZAKARIA, well done. And also the build-up to Arsenal. Are you confident or are you not? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you have enjoyed this. And I will see you later. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.